reaching 100 subs in time for my 3-year anniversary video. It's all coming together. But this, of course, means I've got to do something.
相手からチョコを恵んでほしいとき、お前のいた世界ではどう言ってたんだ？
そうだな。
So last week I created a video that asked for questions, and now I'm here with a bunch of questions which I'll answer in the order I feel like answering them in. It shouldn't take a minute to introduce a Q&A, but alas. Cue gameplay, cue Sonic OVA South Island theme, let's go. Do I like tabletop games? I do own a set of D&D dice and a player's handbook. I was taught how to play by someone that my parents knew. After I started learning, I couldn't find a party for the next few years. However, things looked as if they were going to turn around when a friend at school learned how to play. This guy said to our friendship group that they should start playing. I went home that night and I got planning characters since the other people in my peer group didn't have handbooks or guides. So I came in the next day with 6 characters and a campaign in mind, only to find they'd appointed someone else as the dungeon master and that there were no more places on the party, so I wasn't able to play. So to put it bluntly, I wasn't cool enough to play Dungeons and Dragons. But having said that, in terms of board games in general, I play quite a few, my favourite being Ticket to Ride Europe Edition, a game I've played so much, I've memorised all of the 20+ point routes. Also, I can't really say I'm a huge fan of Settlers of Catan. I'm sorry, listen, we've all got to have our dirty secret. Opinions on High School DxD. High School DxD is a name I keep hearing a lot when it comes to ecchi, of course alongside High School of the Dead. Now, I haven't seen either of those, although I do know someone that genuinely watched High School DxD for the plot, because he's one of those shonen junkies. And while, yes, Rias Gremory is a cutie, I've realised I don't really need to watch it. You see, why would I watch dozens of episodes of half ecchi, half shonen, when I could instead be watching interspecies reviews, which is no shonen, no ecchi, just pure culture. Pinky toe reveal at 200? No. You can have it now.
Whew, look at that. That is some top-tier Tarantino fodder.
When am I planning on retiring? When I find something better to do. This means it could end in 4 months or 4 years, although I doubt I'll ever truly be gone. I'll probably just upload less frequently, but still have something every now and again. But, once again, in a perfect world, this isn't likely to happen for a while. What is the most stylistically unique anime I've watched? Had this question been asked a few weeks ago, I'd have probably replied with the Monogatari series, since it holds a very dear place in my heart. It is the zenith of Studio Shaft, and use of fast cuts as well as very, very specific fetishes is certainly an interesting stylistic choice. However, I'm going to say it's the Tatami Galaxy. It is unrecognisable from every other anime I've watched, and the way it uses its time loop structure is a stroke of genius, since it doesn't even feel like a time loop. This is the best Yuasa series I've watched, and that is saying something considering I've also watched Devilman Crybaby and Keep Your Hands Off Azoken. Frankly, you're doing yourself a disservice by not watching Tatami Galaxy, and the Monogatari series for that matter. I would give both of them a solid 10 out of 10. How to get good at COD Warzone. Now, I did make a guide to it a month ago, but that was obviously a joke video. So here's a more accurate guide. I want to start up the game, and you want to find a scavenger contract. You pick that up, so you get more money and more loot. Now, here we see you get a legendary weapon. You can tell it's a legendary weapon by the colour, which is kind of orange-ish. Like Futaba's hair. Futaba's from Persona 5. Holy shit, I haven't finished Persona 5. So this concludes my guide to COD Warzone. Why the mask? This is in reference to the Cthulhu beanie that I wear. I got it about 3 years before starting the channel, after I'd started watching Futurama, because I really liked the character Zoidberg and I needed a beanie, so I thought, hey, why not just get a beanie that looks like Zoidberg? The reason I wear it on this channel is that I don't want to show my face, because my audience suffers enough without having to look at my ugly mug. However, I haven't been doing live action sections in recent videos because I lost the mask. Hopefully a second one should be arriving soon. How did I get into anime? I didn't watch much anime as a kid. I didn't watch Naruto or anything, although I did see quite a few Ghibli films as well as Sonic X. I really got into anime when I went round to a friend's house one day and found them watching Attack on Titan, so I got into Attack on Titan. After finishing that, I started Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, then one thing led to another, and now I've strayed so far from the path of God that I cannot repair the damage. How many jokes about foreign policy can we expect in the future? Now, a good joke about foreign policy requires a deep level of intellect and a firm grasp on current events. I don't have either of these, but you can expect more jokes about foreign policy when I've gained the correct level of wit. which should be never. However, if we're going off when I think I've achieved the correct level of wit, then you can expect it literally as soon as this video is done. Why pudding? Since early 2018, I've constantly been repeating the phrase, pudding is a drink, and this is a reference to the first episode of A Place Further in the Universe, where there is a board where the MC has written that exact quote down. No one really seemed to be talking about that quote, so I felt smart for noticing it, and I really wanted everyone else to know how smart I felt for noticing it. I'm very narcissistic. Recently, I've not been using the phrase as much, and have moved on to a different piece of unexplained anime dialogue, this one being Garandu from Gabriel Dropout. It's phrases I use so often that there is a Discord server where I've had to explain the origin of Garandu every time I have a call. Do you like femdom hentai? This question was asked to me in Morse code, and so I think it's only fitting that I reply by saying, this. I would play you what it sounds like in Morse code, but it's over a minute long, so I probably won't. Thoughts on Karabakistan? This is a question asked by Mr. Karablahos, and wouldn't you look at that, he's also put a video out since then with reasons to visit Karabakistan. Let's give it a watch. Oh, those beaches don't look too clean, do they? Not gonna lie, Karabakistan looks a bit shit. I take it all back. Long live glorious Karabakistan. The next question is, where is your origin? I assume the where is either a typo of where or what. So I'm going to answer both. I'm from the UK, although my accent is from God knows where, since it's considered to be posh even by English standards. In terms of what is my origin, I didn't know many people who watched the same anime as me, and I was desperate for attention / conversation, so there you go. What's next? Well, there's a few scripts I have on the back burner, one about talking IRL about anime, and another which is more of a list for a video that I intend to film once I get a second mask. I also have a funny story that I want to make a video of at some point, although that probably won't be for quite a few months. I should also be making a sequel to Trains a God's Gift to Anime, although there are also canals and hot spring scenes I haven't talked about, so I might just combine all of those into one big video. But that's the end of the Q&A. Sorry it was a bit generic, but thank you all for the support over the past few years, and may the 200 sub special come soon, and may I actually come up with something original to do for then. We can dream.